Hello, everybody.
Hey.
Welcome to the live show. I'm Robbie, joined along with
Zach.
And Derek.
So, guys, how you been?
Doing well.
Doing good.
Busy, I know, for Zach and myself, and I'm sure working at Wahoo's, you've been
Derek
pretty busy.
has not been busy at all.
I have no life whatsoever.
It happens.
It's been really busy. We've got all our print media due at the end of this week, so be making some tickets, some brochures, pocket schedules, things like that. So
Nice.
it's going to be
They
a
have
very
those
busy week.
pockets in the schedule.
Yep, a schedule for your pocket.
Digging the shirt, by the way, bro. Digging it.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I wanted to dress up. You know, it's the first live show of 2016, so
That is true.
wanted to bring a little style to the Nerd Cave
Some
Network.
class, because,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
You look like you could go bowling or you could go to like Hawaii or something like that.
I feel like I'm working security at that Barry Manilow concert that was at the Bay Center a few days ago.
Or you could be Sean's dad on Psych.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah. I've been getting into Psych thanks to Amy.
I was about to say, it's a great show. I mean,
And
there's no reason you shouldn't be. into
I'm
it.
loving it. Like it. I don't know why I did not watch the show until now.
Yeah, like, I know my family, we've watched it. It's one of those shows that Ashlyn and Trevor will come home and like be there in the morning, and as they're getting ready for school, you'll just hear an episode of Psych playing in the background.
You know.
And I'm not telling the truth. I know. It's
But,
such a great show.
Yeah.
Never watched an episode of it.
You need to, because like the 80s, I love the 80s references and all that stuff. My favorite part is trying to catch, and there's even a game. You got every episode, there's
The
a pineapple.
pineapple.
You got to
Yeah.
find the pineapple.
Oh, that's cool.
And welcome everyone in the chat.
Yes.
Shout out
Nick
to everyone in the chat room.
is our moderator, so he'll keep everyone straight. If there's any kind of technical problems, let us know. We're using new equipment tonight.
Black
So-
Magic.
Trying to get fancy. We should just call it Black Mamba. Let's just call it. We got the
Okay.
Black Mamba.
All right, so I'll tell the
Okay.
story. I'll tell
Oh.
the story. Last night we were at
J High School.
for
Classy
a-
place,
for an
classy.
indoor
Percussion and Winter Guard.
nice high school. You know, this is not the high school we
We
went
grew
to.
up like the new high school. Like I've worked there a few times. It's a beautiful building.
Yeah.
It's really nice. Well, we went to the bathroom and
Yeah, so I was in the big stall, and I look on the wall, and there was a phallic symbol that was a good 3 or 4 feet just on the wall.
and what's funny is when he told me, I was like, well, that's creative, because I thought he said someone drew a Dalek on the wall, and I was like, oh, cool, I really want to see it. And he's like, they named it Black Mamba,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, that's cool. I want to see a Dalek named Black Mamba. I walk in, there's this huge dong. I was like, okay.
Just see Robbie being all excited. Ooh, Dalek. Oh.
Ooh, that's not a Dalek.
I
No.
want to see the Black Mamba. But it was funny. But
I was about to say I didn't know Kobe Bryant was at J High School.
hey, if he was, he would be pretty good there.
Yeah.
I think he could
I think
do
he
well
could.
there. But yeah, you guys let us know if everything looks good in the chat. We're using whole new software. We're using the cool camera. So just let us know if something goes astray. And we're not using any kind of delay either tonight. So we'll see how that one goes.
The training wheels are off.
Yeah, we're rolling. The garbage truck is slowly turning down the hill. Hopefully it will not catch on fire.
Hopefully.
But yeah, not a ton of news.
Yeah,
And
but
this
has
the
been like-
news that we have is
Yeah.
pretty good news. So
We've got news, we've got topics, and we'll be doing all of that good stuff. If you have something that you want us to talk about, let us know in the comments below.
Yeah.
So,
thanks, Nick. I appreciate that compliment, bro.
yeah.
I always look great.
You know, Nick, sometimes I question Nick's
I'm gonna have a little
his
come to
priorities.
Jesus meeting with him.
I appreciate you, Nick, because it is very hard fighting an uphill battle when it's 2-1, but you make it 2-on-2.
I love Derek Daniels' comment. Robbie's actually talking the mic. What sorcery? It's the
You
black,
can.
It's the black magic.
It's the black
the
Black
Dalek.
Mamba. I like talking into the Black Mamba.
I bet you do.
Robbie's actually talking into the mic. What sorcery is this?
So,
like it.
Oh, you touch my Dalek.
Dalek.
but I know this week is a big week. This is a big week for all of us because Friday something happens.
What's that?
Our 100th Let's Play happens this Friday.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's big.
100th
And
Let's Play.
Anytime you get to 100 of something, that is a big deal.
That you have the discipline and the time to sit down and do something 100 times says a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
And get ready because the game we played was very, very fun and interesting.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, all
Very
three of us.
nerve-wracking.
All three of us sat down, and it's going to be one of the better Let's Plays. It was totally different than just sitting down and playing some type of game. It was very interactive with all three of us, and not in the traditional way. So,
No.
But if you haven't checked out our Let's Plays, they're all throughout here. So just make sure you check those out. There's a little plug right there. So Shameless, because this is our live show. So you want to get into some rumors?
Well, it seems like every week there's a new NX rumor.
Because
I'm
X is going to give it to you.
X gonna give it to you. We gonna give it to you. I'm so excited for that movie, by the way. But we'll get into Deadpool in a second. But anyway, it seems like I need to start a new segment every week called NX Rumor of the Week.
Yeah.
It
Or you
seems
can
like
just call X going to give it to you.
Or we'll do that, yeah. So they're saying that whenever NX comes out, they're saying it's going to be this year, that there's going to be a Smash Brothers game with it. But they did not say it was new.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm thinking,
They're just going to tool it over to the next system.
they'll port it over. But if they do that, what they should do is include all the DLC characters, then add more as time goes on, and just release it as like the championship edition of Smash Brothers. Which I don't think is a bad idea because the Wii U has not sold very well at all.
Yeah.
So I can imagine there's still a lot of people who have not played Smash Brothers.
Yeah, and I mean, if you get it for a grab, then it should sell better. I'm hoping because, I mean, I know we are all in agreement that when one franchise is doing good, it helps the other franchises.
All three, manufacturers are doing well. All of them. Rising tides lift all ships.
Yep.
Yes. So
I like it.
it's
Yeah.
deep.
Yeah, I know. It was deep, like the ocean.
So I don't know if that's I don't know if it's true or not. I mean, a lot of the stuff I'm gonna hold my judgment on until E3 comes and they actually say what NX is, when it's coming out, whether or not it's going to be, both handheld and console based. I don't know what to believe because it seems like stories come out every week that contradicts what previously came out.
Yeah.
And up until it comes out, that's what you're going to be dealing with because that's how it works.
Yeah,
You want to move a little bit closer to me?
I can.
Okay. Just so you're better in the shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just so you don't miss any of that Derek Dwayne Diamond. He's got 3D.
Triple D.
DDD.
Well, you got to see all my cool shirt in the shot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Women
Exactly.
love that Triple D.
What does that even mean?
It's the Derek Dwayne Diamond. Who wouldn't love Derek Dwayne Diamond? They love the Triple D. I love Triple D.
You also love the Black Mamba. I'm excited for the NX. I think if this happens, it's going to be well. I know Nick has been on the search for what 900p actually is and everything, and I think that
I had
a
a theory about that, by the way.
Okay, well, let's hear it.
What if 900p is the handheld part of the console?
Okay, I could see that.
Because even the Wii U tablet is 480. So if you get a handheld that's 900, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, the gamepad looks like one of those etch and sketches.
It kind of does.
So
I used to love those.
which like playing on the Vita and everything, the OLED screen is beautiful, and then when you play on a Nintendo handheld, it's like. But Nintendo does have a really good library. So, and Nick is asking, is your name really Derek Dwayne Diamond?
Yes,
It is. That is true.
Yep. So,
Learn something new every day.
Yeah, you do. That he's got 3Ds. Wink. So hopefully NX will do well, and I think them porting over Smash Brothers is a great way to, get people to move over sooner.
I have no issue with it whatsoever if it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause, I mean that would potentially, possibly get it after, of course, I get the PS4, Nick. Don't worry. Don't worry. I bet Nick's going to jump down my throat, but...
And they definitely have to make amiibos work with the new system as well.
Of course.
Because if they kind of cut that, then a lot of people are going to be angry because amiibos are... Some people are crazy about those things.
I got the Shovel Knight amiibo.
Nice.
Which is pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah. Shovel Knight, I love you. Even though you're a horrible
mistress.
Horrible mistress. So, yeah.
What else do we have on the docket?
Let me open my iPad. I remember we wrote stuff down. But, yeah, guys, if you're not part of our awesome Facebook group, you can find that at Facebook.
Facebook.com/group/Nerd
Cave Network.
Star Wars, The Force Awakens.
This thing is still killing it at the box office. They're saying that this week it will probably... What?
Almost made a really bad spoiler joke.
Oh, well, good thing you didn't.
I'm glad you caught yourself.
Yeah.
Killing it like Kylo Ren.
Anyway.
Still too soon.
Anyway. They're saying that it will break the 2 billion worldwide mark this week.
Oh, my.
Oh, my.
That's pocket change.
Yeah, that's what I carry around in my pocket every day. That and 5 rocks of cocaine.
I can't remember if you guys mentioned this last week, but Disney has come out and said that Marvel and Star Wars movies will continue forever.
Oh, yeah. It just makes sense.
I mean,
why
it's
stop?
successful, so why not?
You know, Marvel owns, like, everything now. Like, everything. If they could get George Miller to come over and do a Marvel movie, it'd be the best thing ever.
That would be so awesome.
Best thing ever.
I imagine like the top execs at Disney are just sitting in bathtubs filled with pure gold, with platinum sunglasses, telling their publicist, "Yeah, break this news story that Disney and Star Wars movies will never stop. You're dismissed."
I see. You know Scrooge McDuck from the DuckTales, like swimming.
Yeah.
That's Disney. That's that corporation.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hello, Adam. I'm glad that you're here.
Hey.
And I'm glad that you're here also, Micah. So
yes.
Just
we all
What's up, my little buddy?
So I was reading in the comments, people were saying how many times they have watched Star Wars. Let's go down the table. How many times have you watched it?
Trois.
Trois?
I was trying to...
Trois.
My German's not very good.
Trace.
I was going with German.
I thought that was more like French. I thought you were going with French.
No.
Francois.
I was going German, but my German's not that good.
Apparently not. Mine 3 as well.
Mine would be 4.
Nice. I do want to go see it in IMAX.
Okay, Tallahassee.
Before it goes.
Always got a 1-up.
You would know.
Actually, I know someone who's way worse at that.
Yeah, you.
No, I know a guy way worse than that. But
Amy, that French Robbie.
Oui.
So
Montigre.
This is not the only extraterrestrial thing that is, been reinvigorated lately. Mm-hmm. There's a little show that you might or might not have watched before, and that's the X-Files. X-Files has come back.
Now, whenever I said when we were talking earlier about watching X-Files, I meant like first time watching it, period. Like, I've never
watched it either.
I've never watched the show before.
My parents told me it was of the devil, so I never watched it.
Mine did too, but as a rebellious person, I watched
Rebellion.
it with my grandfather and my aunt. I'll
tell that story in a minute.
But I watched, all the old ones. I need to go back and watch the episode that aired last week. But grew up loving the X-Files because it always had that scary factor. And wait till you get to the guy with no legs that like pushes himself around on a skateboard. The idea behind that seems funny, but he will scare the crap out of you. I had nightmares as a kid of a man with no legs on a skateboard just like pushing himself towards me.
That kind of reminds me of Trading Places with Eddie Murphy and
who's the other person?
Dan Aykroyd. I want to say that.
I can't remember who.
I think it was Dan Aykroyd, and like he pretends to have no legs and he's like pushing himself around in the little boxcar thing. So that is it any good though? Like going back to X-Files, like
older.
Did you watch the old ones or the new ones?
I watched the very first episode. Period.
Okay.
of the
Because it's
X-Files.
all on Netflix.
Yeah, all the
Shout out to Netflix.
Oh, I will.
He won't. There we go. He's muted. Sorry about that, guys. Get him. You know, when you have an ingrate like this, sometimes you have to mute him. You can't take Derek's sacred word.
I didn't know it was a sacred word. I was just,
It's been sacred word since 2013.
what ifs.
So
We got a good comment?
yeah. Amy's going to come in here and kick you in the nads.
Bring it.
Oh, good.
I ain't scared.
Because Robbie showed up an hour
Because
early.
I thought that he said 4 o'clock, so I'd knock on the door and...
As in today?
Yes, and
I said 5.
I didn't get that text, or I didn't see it. I might have just not paid attention.
Who
But
is beast mode?
Marshawn Lynch?
Skittles.
No, he's like, I think you owe beast mode $12
Skittles.
for saying
Because
that.
he said,
Oh, because Derek Daniels said he's just here so he won't get fined.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because Marshawn Lynch actually trademarked that phrase.
Yeah.
Because he told the media, because they were forcing him to go talk to the media, and he said that.
Yeah.
Adam, I did like that that meme. Guys, if you want to make some memes, make sure you
Go check out the Facebook group.
You guys know what you can go do to yourselves.
Hey, I'm not pulling it up.
Yeah.
I just mentioned it. I didn't say what the meme is about or anything.
But anyway, back to the X-Files. It was really good. I enjoyed it. I mean, there was obviously a lot of setup. You had to introduce everybody because
Yeah.
it's the pilot.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it, and I look forward to watching it more.
And I feel like that is a show that aged very well.
Yeah.
like
I would say-
Jurassic Park.
Dun, 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 dun,
Jeff
dun,
Goldblum.
dun, 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 dun,
Sexiest man alive.
dun,
Yes, he
dun,
is.
dun, dun.
Wow, what about Jurassic Park?
You said Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, I was like, was a sexy beast.
Yeah.
I like Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, I was saying like Jurassic Park has not aged.
Yeah.
Like it still looks good.
Yeah. Effects
Jurassic
still look
Park
great.
3 is the best though.
Oh, that's not
That-
even a debate.
That Lost World, man.
There are two types of people: those who say Jurassic Park 3 is the best, and those that are wrong.
Hola, Jack Garrett. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that all of the viewers,
Yes.
friends,
Hey,
acquaintances,
Nerdcavians.
yeah,
cave dwellers.
don't know what we're gonna call them.
Well,
I'm putting my name in the hat for cave dwellers.
Well, we're gonna fight in the parking lot. One thing that I've apparently said a lot since I've got my new job is that we'll take care of it in the parking lot. Like if someone has a problem with it.
That'll be the epilogue of this live show: is me versus Zach in the parking lot.
I'll be sure to get it on my
We'll just
on my
stick
camera.
the camera outside the window. and
Oh,
just
can
have
we?
it-
Can Robbie hold the green screen in the
Yeah.
background and put up little Mortal Kombat style graphics?
that would be
Dun,
awesome.
dun, 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 dun.
Oh Lord, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of Cave Dweller. I'm gonna
Really?
be honest. Yeah, it sounds like we're Smeagol and we're stuck in the basement of our mother's house. Like that's why I'm just kind of
What would be your suggestion?
I don't know.
Just not cave dwellers.
Just not Cave Dwellers. I'm sorry, guys. If you like Cave Dwellers, I'm sorry. I don't know. We'll have a vote.
What's up, Jason?
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey, Nerd versus Nerd 2016. I'm going to admit this. I think I can take you.
probably,
You know,
but it would be a good fight.
It would be a good fight, but
Just to give you a heads up, Zach fighted dirty.
Oh, I know.
I do.
So you got to be careful. You got to watch that.
I have to bring my brass
we've
knuckles
had
with
we've
me.
had many talks about his fighting
Yeah.
styles.
If I'm going to fight, I'm going right for him. Going right.
Well, you
for
are
him.
the villain.
Exactly. I always play the bad guy.
Do whatever it takes.
So, welcome everybody. If you're just joining us, this is the Nerd Cave Podcast Live. We come to you live almost every month.
Jason just did drop a little name, Spelunkers.
That sounds like like a gay bar. I'm just gonna say.
I just got a business idea.
Oh, see, everybody's talking about the Robbie meme.
This is why I hate you, all of you.
But this is Robbie. I'm Zach, and this is Derek, and we come to you live every week. Not every week, but every month.
I was
We
about to
put
say.
out a podcast every
Every
week
week.
on iTunes and Stitcher Radio. But let's move on to the next topic on the list. Changing of the graphic, moving.
That's really cool.
Wha-bam!
Honey, we shrunk the kids.
See, this is awesome new graphics. So there you go. We did this. This is all live. We're live right now.
Live from your mother's basement.
React World. We had a...
Now, I like to preface this by saying I know really nothing about this story. So
Okay.
I read up a little bit on it after
I'll be having
we
a
got off
fresh
of church.
opinion.
So.
Okay. So React World is a Fine Brother initiative that is going on currently, and it is trying to get people to sign up to do reaction videos under their banner. The Fine Brothers do YouTubers react, teens react, elders react, so forth and so on. And if you really check out what they're saying in their video is that people have been stealing their formatting of how they've made their content and everything. So people are kind of over exaggerating what they're trying to do. If you go to the Reddit page, you see 8-Bit Eric saying, "Oh, well, they're trying to copyright every Reacts video."
I did see something about that.
And when you dig into it a little bit more, that's not the truth, okay? What it is the Fine Brothers are trying to copyright their version of Reacts videos, which are the teens react,
the YouTubers, and all that stuff,
elders, that type of reaction, not just someone reacting to a video. It's them using their setup and everything. And that's 8-Bit Eric. He was like, well, they've blocked my teens react to this, that, and the other. And he's using the exact same language as they are.
Honestly, I agree with them that so like what we do with our reacts to whatever we're reacting to, that's perfectly made by this one group. Like you said, the YouTubers, the elderly, and all that stuff. That's like a blatant ripoff.
Yeah.
And when we rip off, we don't blatantly do it. We just
Well, it's so tough to do anything original.
yeah.
Well, and it comes down to the 8-Bit Air guys like, well, how do they get away with using other YouTubers' reactions or whatever, doing like this other content and everything. And a lot of it falls under the free domain type deal, movie trailers, all of that. So it kind of falls into that, but what they're doing is they have their own style of doing it and everything. And that's what they're trying to protect is how they've come up with reacting to videos. It's not actions, so they couldn't come in and say, oh, well, you did a Reacts video, Nerd Cave Network, and since you did a Reacts video, now we own it unless you sign a contract with us. It's exactly really about the function of their share play thing, but a judge said, you know what, this is very vague. You can't do that.
Yeah.
See, the Fine Brothers came out with a video explaining everything, and they're saying, okay, we're going to give you promotion. We're going to give you graphics. We're going to give you advice on how to do this. It's a whole different thing than just saying, okay, that's mine. If you sign up for this, then yes, you are under them when you do Reacts video. Not everything that you do is going to be under them from then on. But if you do a Reacts, like if you get a bunch of old people and do an Elders React, then you're doing something that's essentially their intellectual property. It would just be like us saying, all right, guys, we've got this game. You're jumping around. There's little, mushrooms. This guy wears a red hat, and he's got a mustache, and he's Italian. Okay, just keep going with me. There's a princess, and then there's a dragon. All right. No, this is not Mario. Okay, this is not Mario. This is not Mario. But we're going to call it Mario. And then, us somehow get it past Nintendo. That's not going to happen. So it's that type of deal. So I think people are kind of going a little overboard about this. Well, they're going to claim all the Reacts videos. No, they're not.
Well, Jack Garrett just posted that don't forget Fine Bros copyrighted the word react. I haven't read that, so I'm not 100% sure on that.
I didn't read that, but yeah, we haven't.
Yes. So
the plural term.
Yeah, I think it mostly comes down to the like, okay, we're going to get a bunch of teenagers together to do a teens react to something. I think that's where it's going to fall more down to. But like what Amy said, React World will never happen. So lame. I think that there will be people that joins this to do it, but I think that this is going to create a lot of ill will between the internet and the Fine Brothers. If you go to the Reddit subpage or whatever for this, it is blowing up from people just like, what is going on? Why are they doing this? It's a big, big hoopla. So I don't think it will happen, but just to clear that up, they're not going after every reaction video. It's the ones
ones that are blatantly ripping them off, which is understandable. I mean, if something was my property, I wouldn't want it being taken. And
so, it sounds to me like just a lot of people are not fully looking into the story and just kind of blowing up about it.
Which isn't that what half the people on the internet do?
Well, if it's on the internet, it has to be true, right?
It is.
So I'm going to advise you right now as a legal counsel.
Okay.
Robbie using shout out to Netflix.
It's not copyrighted, so
it's copyrighted.
It's not.
It's your intellectual property.
Yes.
No,
sue the mess out of him.
It wouldn't hold up in court. I object. Oh, your mom's overruled. I'm sorry, that was too far.
I will hold you in contempt.
She is a saint.
I will take her out to a nice seafood dinner, and I will never call her again. Don't be at me.
All right, guys. So if you have any more that you want to say about the whole Fine Brothers React thing, let us know in the comments below. I don't agree with it necessarily, but they're in the right when it comes down to it. So we're switching the graphics again. Okay, switch.
There we go. Back in the studio.
It's magic.
You know. So there's this thing happening. When is this thing happening? Is it next week?
The Super Bowl?
Yeah.
It's next week.
Yeah.
Yes.
Next week. Okay. So this thing that's
I was
happening.
like, it'd be nice if you told me. It's like, this
big
thing's
game.
happening. Is it
Yeah.
happening? I don't know. What?
Yeah.
But yeah.
This thing's happening. And
We got Broncos and the Cam Newtons.
The Fighting Cams. The Carolina Panthers.
Before we get into it, what's your pick? Who's your pick to win it?
This is one of our questions on the Facebook
I
topics.
think
Derek Daniel asked for Super Bowl picks.
we can see right here.
Yeah.
That's the wrong page, but boom.
That's going to be really far down. I don't know.
Super Bowl picks. Where's it at? I got it. It's right there.
There we go.
Super Bowl picks. Derek Daniel.
It's like we're hacking into Facebook.
I know.
We're actually
I hope y'all are enjoying this awesome sauce.
It's like that episode of The Fairly Odd Parents when Timmy gets sucked into the computer and is in the computer world.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I know some
Anyway,
people will.
Super Bowl picks.
Derek.
It seems like Carolina is just going to run away with it, but I don't think it's going to happen. I'm actually going to pick Denver to win just because I want to see Peyton Manning go out with another Super Bowl.
I do too. I love you, Peyton.
Zach.
I'm hoping that the Broncos win. But at the same time, I don't mind if the Panthers win. I don't care.
Very, very passive.
Since, my boys, Packers, are not in it. Got close, but kind of screwed that up at the very end.
My pick comes down to, I guess, who I hate less. I hate Cam Newton, and I do not like Peyton Manning. I like him, kind of like him now that he's not in the division with the Titans. But as an Alabama fan, I had to deal with this douchebag at Tennessee. Mm-hmm. And as a Tennessee Titans fan, I had to deal with this douchebag with the Colts for many years as he just demolished the Titans almost every.
Why is he a douchebag?
Just because
Because his team sucks.
I would put a wet paper sack up against Tennessee.
My money's on the wet paper bag.
But Cam did help me out a lot in fantasy football this year.
Except when it mattered most.
Except for when it mattered the most, he gave me a dud, which is why we have a clean sweep on the podcast. Go Broncos.
Whoa. You know what would make the Broncos even better?
Tim Tebow.
Tim Tebow. Yeah.
He beat the Steelers.
You know what would have been? What would have been amazing?
I was very conflicted during that game, by the way.
What would have been amazing if Tim could have stayed on with the Broncos and learned from Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
That would have been. He would have been so much better and ready to take over the next.
Oh,
season.
absolutely, yeah.
But you know,
he'll probably never
Well,
get another shot in the NFL.
Going off of that, Luke asked this question last week. In I guess, spirit of the Super Bowl, he asked for us to come up with a superhero football team.
Yep.
And I will. I'll read off my list if that's cool with you guys.
yeah.
Okay.
But before you
wait.
do that, real quick, yeah, I stopped you. Yeah.
Hurry up.
Yeah.
Get on with it.
Mm-hmm. Let us know who you have for your pick in the comments below. Go ahead.
What I was thinking is let's do it by position. You let us know what your QB is, and we'll go down the line, and then we'll do receiver, and then we'll do running.
Yeah, because I'm going to do this off the top of my head.
Okay.
That works for y'all.
All right. So
At QB,
starting at quarterback, you got to have somebody intelligent,
Mm-hmm.
someone who will make good decisions.
Yep.
Professor Xavier, because he can't walk.
That is terrible, by the way.
God, that's almost as bad as your crippled joke that one time.
Yeah. Anyway, I went with the Dark Knight himself, Mr.
Okay.
Bruce Wayne,
That's a good one.
world's greatest detective. He'll make the best decisions possible. on the
Amazing
football field.
athlete as
Yep.
well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mine is I would have went with the Dark Knight. I would have, but I thought, who throws a lot? Who throws a large human person a lot? So my quarterback would be Colossus
Oh, that's a good one.
because he throws Wolverine all the time.
Yeah.
That is true. But my biggest thing is who can hit in the deep ball, who's super accurate. Green Arrow.
Oliver Queen.
Is
He
quarterback.
shoots. He doesn't throw.
But look at Barden off of Marvel Hawkeye. He throws stuff all the time, and he's super accurate. And remember, in Season 1, he threw a butter knife and knocked a gun out of someone's hand. So he's pretty accurate.
Yeah, but whatever.
works.
Mine throws a human male with claws and tears up sentinels.
Okay.
Okay,
But
just pointing that out.
mine's a good choice, too.
Yeah, it is. It
So,
is.
very accurate.
Okay.
So, wide receiver.
My two wide receivers, I'm thinking pure speed with receivers. So Quicksilver's got to be on there.
Yep.
Then someone who's super athletic that can make the Odell Beckham type catches. So I went with my guy, Spider-Man.
Nice.
That's my two receivers.
Nice. I would go with the Black Panther.
Black Panther, yep.
I like him. And then I would go with, let's see, Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
It just
Overthrow him? No problem.
Mine for, like, the ups and, like, all the acrobatic stuff that he and all that stuff. And mine also was
Yeah.
Spider-Man. Running back.
Running back, I want someone who is just an absolute beast. It's not beast, but it's the next best thing. It is my man crush himself, Wolverine.
nice.
Okay.
Nice.
The short, stocky Wolverine from the comic books.
Yeah, of course.
Not the Hugh Jackman version.
My running back would be the Flash.
I like it. Speed and finesse.
Yep.
Yeah. Quicksilver for mine. That's who.
Marvel. Do you have fullback in here?
Yeah, I was going to say,
I do.
I
Okay.
add fullback. So, go for
Okay.
it.
Juggernaut.
Juggernaut? I
Yep.
like it. I like it. Go ahead.
Juggernaut.
I picked Wolverine.
Wolverine would be a good one, too.
Yeah.
See, I have him as my middle linebacker.
For the sake of time, I'll list off my offensive line.
Yeah.
For left tackle, obviously, is the most important position on the offensive line. You're protecting the quarterback's blind side. And I need someone who's a man of steel at the left tackle
I like
position. Kal-El himself, Superman.
Nice.
At the center, I have the leader of the offensive line, Captain.
I'd have the Hulk. Bane's a good one.
Hulk is on my defensive line.
Yeah, he's on mine, too.
Yeah. I would have people that are strong and smart.
The Thing would be good, too.
Yeah. Did you have your snapper in there?
That's the center.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Captain
I did-
America.
I kind of just
Yeah, Captain
zoned out
America.
for a second there.
In depth by thing. I can't remember the rest of them. I had them written down, but
I'm gonna have my 2 defensive ends. I have,
Ooh, I like you.
and then let's. 4 is Luke Cage, Wolverine twice. Crap. Drax the Destroyer, and Thor.
Yeah, I would put Thor in there just because he looks as close to Clay Matthews as possible.
Let's
and
see.
then I would put.
And Deadpool. My 2 safeties. I have Hawkeye, dead accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Oliver Queen.
he went way.
Offensive coordinator. Lex Luthor.
I didn't go in. I'd have Batman somewhere. He'd probably move my coach, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Be one of my
that
coaches.
would be a good one.
My offense or my defense coach.
Yeah.
Xavier. My kicker, Magneto. And the reason is he could bend the goalpost wherever he needed it to be.
Just put a little bit of iron in the ball, and he'll just.
Yeah.
Then you see the refs.
Well, and of course, head cheerleader.
Jean Grey.
No, Phoenix.
No.
I want an evil.
Kitty Pride, or not Kitty, but Jubilee with the fireworks. Pew, 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 pew. Defensive line, I would mix it up. I would have Hulk and Superman, but someone that you would not think of would be who can just phase through anything. Oh, Kitty.
Mm-hmm.
Kitty would be on my defensive line because she could just walk straight through the defensive line and well, she'd have to be strong enough to work for my linebacking core because I would try to incorporate a 3-4 defense. I would have Wolverine,
Mm-hmm.
Black Panther, Captain America, and Batman. Yeah, that's right. And for cornerbacks, I would have Flash as one of my cornerbacks, so he could stay with your speedy wide receivers. Also, I'd have the Toad at the other one, so he could jump around and swat the ball out of the air.
I was trying to be kind, Nick. Okay, I was trying not to be a jerk, but yes, they could have used Magneto in that game. And Jack, I totally agree. Head cheerleader, Mystique, that's a better choice than the Phoenix.
She can look however you want.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
And way better than Jubilee because Jubilee is just annoying.
But
Yeah.
you know, I'd rather have her blue because it doesn't matter what's on the outside. It's what's on the inside.
Yeah, exactly.
Poke you with all those spikes. Screw that.
You're not very accepting.
Anyway.
So let's go back to our Facebook group.
Ba-da-ba-ding.
Every week we do a topic. We ask for topics on our Facebook group. And this week we have very few topics because some people didn't post, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll kill you later. All right, Quentin Antonio Garcia. What to expect from Phase 3 Marvel? What do you expect? Explosions.
Lots of explosions.
I expect the Marvel train to just keep
Keep
chugging
on
along.
chugging. Choo choo.
We haven't really mentioned this on the show, but I am really excited for Doctor Strange.
Oh my God.
We never talked about the photos that were released of
Oh, yeah.
Cumberbatch in costume. Looked like he's straight out of the comic book.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
And because he is cast as Doctor Strange, that's why I'm so excited for this movie.
Yeah, if they would have cast, like Robbie or something, they would have just
It would
been
be
a
even better.
Totally like
The
Like,
death of Marvel.
it is crazy about how close the resemblance are to their comic book people, the people in the
Yeah.
comic. It's amazing, and I think Doctor Strange amazing. I can't wait for it. Civil War, Black Panther, Guardians 2, Thor Ragnarok. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
excited. It's gonna be a good time to be a nerd.
Kevin Smith and Mark Bernardin were talking about Black Panther, and
T'Challa.
they made this point. They need James Earl Jones to be the Black Panther. Oh my God,
That would
That
be
would be
sick.
man, that would be awesome.
sick,
And-
nasty.
him be his Jarvis.
Ooh.
Yeah, because Wachanga, whatever it is as
T'Challa.
no.
You're talking about Wakanda?
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, I thought you were
Wakanda.
asking the guy's name.
No, Wakanda is as technologically as advanced as, America, and
Even
the Black Panther is supposed to be as smart as Tony Stark.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't he have his own AI as well? There you go.
That would be awesome.
James Earl Jones doing voiceover work for it. It would be just fantastic. So
Anytime you put James Earl Jones in something, it's going to be great.
Oh, yeah.
So
We had a surprise question pop up. Random topic from Mr. Gumbert. Favorite wrestler, retired and active as well.
Wrestling question. I like it.
I think we pretty much covered this topic every live show, but I'm more than happy
Oh,
to take
absolutely. Active and retired.
I thought it was or. Yeah.
active.
Okay.
and
Retired would be Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I mean, you can't go wrong with that.
you can.
I spent so many Mondays watching him beat the mess out of Vince McMahon, and it was such great entertainment. And watching WWE now, honestly, is kind of sad.
Yeah.
Because it's nowhere near what it like. It's borderline intolerable.
Yeah.
Right now. Active currently.
Chop of doom.
He's not active anymore.
I know, he's
thankfully
forcefully retired.
No great quality. Active. That's a good question. I really like Cesaro. He's a really solid wrestler. Not the best talker in the world, but he's really entertaining in the ring.
He no talk good.
I like Dean Ambrose a lot.
Stardust.
No, not Stardust. And Brock Lesnar, even though he's part-time. But
Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Ooh, yeah.
If you've watched any of our WWE Let's Plays, you can tell that my character is modeled, even though he's not as short, modeled after the great late Macho Man, Randy Savage. Active, I really don't know. I like the guy that does like the demon suit thing. I like him. Yeah, there's mine.
Retired or no longer in would be the racist himself, Hulk Hogan, and of course the Great Khali. Great Khali is just
He's not even active.
I said not active. That was I was like those are my two. Wasn't that my stance
Out of nowhere
in the game? I think it was.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Sting, Goldberg.
Who is Sting is going into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Fame.
this year.
Congrats, my friend. Congrats.
The Rock. You can't leave out the Rock.
Oh yeah, we were watching Fast and Furious last night. It's the best thing ever. We have a few from the chat. Roddy Piper. Oh yeah, love me some Roddy Piper.
One of the best villains of all time.
Stephen Amell. That's from Ryan.
He did wrestle.
Technically, yeah.
Technically.
I hope he fights Stardust at WrestleMania. That would be really cool.
Least favorite wrestler.
Least favorite gimmick / character in wrestling.
I despise. Derek, I think you know who I'm going with on this one. Undertaker.
Robbie has no taste in wrestling. And he's not really a gimmick. But it
Character.
he doesn't know.
So Zach, your least favorite gimmick / wrestler.
I know this might be mean, but Honky Tonk Man, I don't like him.
There
when
were
he
a
was
lot
at
of
Pentacon, I wanted to fight him because he gave Macho Man Randy Savage so much crap at the very beginning. Yeah.
Huh.
I was like,
Thank you,
sir. Yeah.
Mine, Brutus.
Him or Disco Inferno?
Disco Inferno was so bad. I loved it. I loved his music. It's like Disco Fever. Yeah, it was least favorite. Brutus the Barber Beefcake would definitely be up there. It's just weird looking guy who would bring out a giant pair of scissors and cut people's hair. God, there were a lot of bad gimmicks in WCW.
Oh, what was that chick's name? Invading chick that's like slept with everybody that always got beat up. She had the really annoying voice.
Oh, Vicky Guerrero.
Vicky. Excuse me. God, I hated
Do you
her.
remember Macho Man had Miss Elizabeth, beautiful lady, but then he had another lady at some point in time, really stringy hair, looked like
Was
a
this in
hooker.
WCW?
No, this was in WWE early on.
Sherry Martel.
Yeah, I hated her.
Scary Sherry.
Yes,
Sensational
yes.
Sherry. Yep.
Yeah, it is. She's not good at all. Jason Robbins said Razor Ramon, which is
Scott Hall.
Scott Hall. There we go. I was gonna
As
say,
his favorite or least favorite?
I'm pretty
the
sure.
worst. He
Yeah,
said
the
the
worst.
Oh, okay.
I liked him when he was at WCW.
Yeah,
When-
the NWO was great.
yeah. So
Did the barber ever fight
Of Seville?
Andre the Giant?
I'm sure he probably did at some point.
Because my mother used to go to wrestling events, and she got a lock of Andre the Giant's hair.
Well, I remember he had the giant afro for the longest
Yeah.
time, and then
And, like-
I think when he became a bad guy, he cut it or something like that.
Like when whoever cut his hair, like he threw it out of it, and and my mom got a lock of his hair. So
Wow.
it was, interesting.
Interesting.
Bret Hart was kind of annoying at points.
He was a good wrestler, but he always had the vibe that he took himself way too seriously.
Yeah.
In the ring, he was great, but
I mean, it's fake wrestling. Why wouldn't you take yourself seriously?
yeah, exactly.
Hey, it
It's
takes
theater.
hard work and dedication to
It's
be a good
theater.
wrestler. So, hello,
s-
Ashlyn Rawls.
Hey,
Who's she? Nobody likes her. I'm
All
just
right.
kidding, little sis.
So let's go back to the YouTube.
To before the
Not
beginning.
the YouTube, I mean the Facebook group. You can find us at facebook.com/group/Nerdcave Network. Yes, that is a plug. Quentin
Shameless.
also has been thinking, we have classic superheroes like Batman and Superman, Flash, etc. Is there ever going to be a big superhero or supervillain from the present time that would eventually be a classic in the future, or have the greatest superheroes and villains just stayed in the past?
I'm trying to think of modern superheroes.
With Static Shock technique.
He's not going to make it. You don't even see him around.
Venom and
anymore.
Carnage came along in the 90s.
Yeah, so
They're more modern, but
Yeah.
it's
I
still
about to say
20 years ago.
Yeah.
Weren't
I-
there rumors of a Static Shock movie going around?
Now,
Or are you just going to ignore my question?
there were rumors, but I don't know if they're... Now, I'm assuming this is just like superhero comics because I would say stuff from Walking Dead. You know, the Governor,
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Rick
Yeah.
Grimes. Those are heroes, but they're not superheroes or super villains. So
Yeah.
they've kind of, become something. Heroes, though, it's just kind of hard, in this day and age. You don't see a lot of good comics made of new superheroes
Yeah.
because the market is really, really flooded. So you see comics based off of, better storytelling, and that's just not about that. American Vampires, one thing, Scott Snyder is just amazing. Outcast is really good from Kirkman. Can't forget this one. Southern Bastards.
Yeah.
If that turned into a show, I would watch that religiously. That comic is so good.
Oh yeah. Then thank you, Nick.
Yeah.
Nick was talking about Daredevil. After this series is over, I think Daredevil will become iconic. But Daredevil has been around so long.
Yeah.
Well, but you got to think as of more of the well-known superheroes, Batman, Superman, Captain America. He wasn't as big of a name as he is nowadays. A lot has to do with the.
I didn't post it in there. That was Jason.
I hate you, Jason.
I was scrolling.
I am trying to get rid of this, but it's like herpes.
It
It
now-
does not go away. You can show it. I don't care. I've gotten a lot of
we'll
shit
get
for
to that.
this.
We'll get to that. I didn't want to do it without your permission.
Go for it.
Okay, well, we'll get there. So I don't think there's really any modern superheroes that are going to really make it. Even Saga. Saga's not really superhero based. It's kind of magic and science and all of that mixed in. So I think more of your modern comics and characters are going to be things that are outside of your normal superheroes. So I don't think there's going to be really anything.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So. All right.
Well, okay. Go ahead.
Going to say this.
Well, we've got one more before we get
one more. Okay, we'll go to this one, and then I'll have to say something about
Nick, what is your favorite indie game, and what is your favorite documentary? Favorite indie game? Journey.
I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right, but I believe it's called Bastion.
Yeah, Bastion. Yeah.
I remember watching my friend Trevor play that a lot, and I played it a little bit, but it just reminded me of like a classic SNES RPG. The soundtrack was unbelievable. The graphics looked great. I mean, it had a very animated look to it, which, I like. But and I thought this was going to be annoying, but there was like a narrator that would pretty much
every time you did something. It would,
But I kind of liked that, though. It was something different. So out of all the indie games I've played, I'd probably put that at number one.
I consider Journey, so people don't eat me alive, I consider Journey a indie game. I would also put not Last of Us, I would put Life is Strange as well, even though it was made by Don't Nod and then published by Square Enix. I still consider that an indie game as well. But the best of all is Taco Master on the Vita.
I have two that I've played, with you guys, and iDarb is one that I can't. I still download it.
Totally forgot about Star Wars.
That's coming in at number 2. The heartbreaker that is Star Wars. The colors,
the
music. You're a narwhal. You get to stab at your friends' hearts, and
the mass chaos.
And
Amy knows what I'm talking about right now. She knows.
I know, but it's just a great game. I've enjoyed it, and Nidhogg is another one. That was fun. So many great indie games out there that if you don't play, you should definitely try some indie games because you might not know what they are, but they're fun.
And favorite documentary?
Mine is actually, I want to say I've mentioned this on the podcast before, but it's not available on its own. It's a special feature on the Phantom Menace DVD. It's called Episode 1, The Beginning. The reason why I like it so much is that it goes so in-depth into the filmmaking process. Like, it follows George Lucas around with budget meetings, meeting with producers, the special effects designers, costume designers. You get to see literally everything that goes into making a film. Like, it's so detailed, it's really, really good.
I haven't watched that one, but that's definitely interesting. I love me some Star Wars documentaries.
It's really good.
There was one, it was a big Star Wars documentary. I can't remember what it's called.
Is it on one of the DVDs?
It probably was. I know it's on the Blu-ray, I'm sure.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
It's the big one. They showed it on History Channel several times.
That one's really good, too.
Ones that I've watched recently, there's one about General Tso's chicken, like the origin of General Tso's chicken. I thought it was really interesting. Also, there's one about Atari, the whole E.T. game and all of that. I thought it was really interesting as well. There's just so many. I've watched so many, I can't remember a lot of them.
Yeah.
But, anything Star Wars or game related, I'll definitely watch them. So, yes, George Lucas. What? I don't understand that. The 501st documentary is good as well, Ryan.
I haven't seen that one.
But, Jason Robbins put, I Know That Voice is a great documentary. It's about the voice actors. John DiMaggio, something like that. He's the guy that's the voices of Bender and Marcus Phoenix. He's the one that's directing it. It has a lot of people in there. It is an absolute must-watch if you are into any kind of animated or anything that has voiceover work. It's definitely something to
I'll have to check it
out. The People versus George Lucas is a good one as well, Jack Garrett. I remember watching that on Netflix a few years ago.
Shout out to Netflix.
So, yeah.
All right.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm gonna jump in now. One of mine is from Netflix.
Shout out to Netflix.
I'm giving you your due. It was about the real life superheroes.
Oh yeah, I watched that one.
There was some people who, really funny. Like, I mean, they were like strange, but and it all had a good message. Giving people, them giving water and food out to the homeless and helping people and everything. That was awesome. Another one. I'm a huge history buff, so this one might be, but Auschwitz. Like it was about that concentration camp, and it told about all the things that went on.
That sounds familiar.
It might still be on Netflix. Not sure, but if you haven't watched it, I would definitely watch it. It's great, and the superhero one is also an awesome one.
Documentaries are great.
Oh, yeah, I can watch them all day long.
They're a dime a dozen, and the one thing that I notice is if someone is trying to use the documentary to tell a story, I don't necessarily like a story that's not necessarily going on along with what the actual documentary is about. I don't necessarily like those as much. So,
all right. Before you put this up, I know we've talked about this on the podcast, but I DJ at bars with karaoke and other fun stuff like that, and I had a picture taken of me, and I ended up making it my profile pic, but I instantly regretted it because my friends then went.
Your frenemies.
My frenemies then went and decided to do a caption, which is different from the ones that you.
I think it's more you than the people behind
that too. So here it is.
Here it is. Here is the illustrious photo of Robbie. We'll move that over so it's all by itself right there. Let's make that alive right there. Boom. So that's the photo. And Derek, before the live show, actually put it up on.
Even though he is one of the frenemies that cause I'm in a group chat with all my friends.
I felt bad, and I'm usually the one that starts it.
And so I was like, deuces, guys. I just left the group chat. I was like.
I was sitting in the drive-thru at a Steak and Shake when all this went down.
The woman in the pink top is the intoxicated one, if you couldn't tell.
And I literally just placed my order when that happened. And I'm crying because I'm laughing so hard as I'm driving up to the window.
I just love that. That's in the back of us. So,
she was so
woo, free bird. So, Derek posted this on our group, which you can find that on Facebook, facebook.com/group.
I really don't think we need to plug that anymore.
I think we do. So, let's take a look at it. If it'll pull up here. Come on.
We're trying to get
up. Redirecting. Sorry.
We're getting.
No, I don't know what's going on there. I don't want to re-download that one. So while I get that up, here's the picture again.
Oh man, that's awesome.
So
you gotta spell face right.
I'm getting an attitude over here. So guys, watching currently, love me some psych. Thanks, David. It's David Sunday. Sorry.
The great David Sunday.
The great David Sunday. So
thank you, Adam. That's what my mama tells me.
Man, my computer is slowing down running this this program. I hope y'all have enjoyed the show so far.
Yeah, I know we have.
And like the new awesomeness. So here we go. Here's Jason Robbins. I think this is awesome because we talk about this all the freaking time.
But I have.
You've been good today, Robbie.
Yeah, today you've been on it. You've been on fleek today.
Totes.
I don't always podcast.
We just got double muted.
I don't always podcast, but when I do, I don't speak into the mic. I think that's great. Thank you.
It's happened quite a few times.
On a serious note, before I forget, speaking of Jason Robbins, he and another co-host from the Pop Culture Palette are getting to do a really cool thing.
Wally West.
Our good friend Wally Phelps have,
Wally West
have co-wrote a movie with Jeremy London, star of Mars.
Sir Jeremy
London. And they're currently doing
his
a
Twitter handle.
Kickstarter for it, which you can find at helpthemonsters.com.
It was a monster mash.
I didn't
They
know,
did the mash.
I didn't know
It was a
that,
graveyard smash.
He did
that
the
the
mash.
Flash was part of this. So
He did
I
the
was-
mash.
The monster mash.
so let's get into this one. These are pretty funny. Here's Jake Sassers. That's what I love about Drunk Hulk. I can't.
I got this since you're dying. That's what I love about drunk old cougars. I keep getting older. They stay the same age. So we got
Adam Gumberts.
You know you've made it.
No, let him read it. It's better in his voice.
you know you've made it when you make being sexy look this easy.
I like it.
Adam was being kind there.
This is what happens when you party with Thor. You get hammered. Watch this. I'm about to point to my hat and convince this chick I'm from Hogwarts. My friends call me Robbie. The ladies call me Dog. Rob Dog. It's hard to caption a pic for the least interesting man in the world.
And then
the Jeremy.
oh gosh,
I love you too, Nick.
That was great. And whew. All right, and then we have the Carnival Cruise thing back.
Yeah, Amy. Trust me. They should be thanking me that I was okay with this because I was not happy with how the events have unfolded.
God. Well, I think that does it for me on this episode. How we got any? If you got any last topics,
second topics,
yes,
get them in
right now because we're fixing to close this thing down. Closing time. Last call for alcohol. Closing time. Get out.
I actually learned that on guitar one time. That's good times. But you got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
I'm glad we have
5,
a countdown.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Just kidding, Robbie.
Yeah. So, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure, if you're not a subscriber to our channel, you go ahead and do that because, hey, guys, we're putting in all the work for your entertainment.
Shut up, Ashlyn.
We're making it the most enjoyable as we can. If you've laughed anytime during this whole podcast, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this, especially for that last
And
section.
definitely comment on all this stuff because we love interacting with you guys. So, and I know most of the people who have already been commenting tonight are a part of the Facebook group, but be sure to check out the Facebook group.
Facebook.com/group/Nerd Network.
I figured we can get one more shameless plug out of this thing.
But I do really love the group because it is a lot of fun to be able to interact with everybody that are nerds. And
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
nothing better.
Yes, Amy, I did learn Glamazon, and guess what you'll be finding at the end of this podcast?
Not tonight, but
Not tonight,
the
but
audio version.
The audio version.
Check
of
out the
this
audio version on
will
Tuesday
be
for a special
me
song.
playing guitar and singing Glamazon
by RuPaul.
because she is a female phenomenon.
Yep.
Female phenomenon.
But
Yeah. Throughout the week, we've got great content. Monday, we'll have Let's Plays all throughout the week. Remember, Friday, come back. We've got an awesome 100th Let's Play. Make
Yes.
sure you check that out. Thursdays, Throwback Thursdays with Derek, my man over here. He'll be throwing you back, taking his clothes off.
hopping in his DeLorean and going
This
back
week we're
in time.
going to go to the Lilat system with Star Fox 64.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, briefly, they are putting DeLoreans back into production.
I know, I saw that. I'm so excited.
Yeah. So
I want to get one.
And then Friday, we have top fives. So make sure you check out everything we're doing here. Guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. This was a ton of fun, and I hope you enjoyed our Devil Black Magic device tonight.
Black Mamba.
Well, that's what Robbie's going to enjoy after the show. This has been Zach.
Derek.
And Robbie.
Have a week.